Gemini, welcome. We're going to do a general for you today, looking at your current energy. So let's see what is going on for you. This reading may not completely resonate with you. Take what does, leave the rest. Standard. I will say that I don't always post on the same day for you due to work and travel. So hit that subscribe if you like what you see and that notification bell. Shift the way to new potential is your current energy. Now I like this. There's been a lot coming out for signs lately about stepping up and whatnot. This is kind of evolving again, figuring out how to shift into a different way of being. And so when I look at this, shifting into a new way of being, you've had your ass kicked. But underneath that, we have the Empress, the Four of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles. The Nine of Wands was what I was talking about, getting your ass kicked. And you understand that there's more out there, and you're trying to put into action some type of plan to make more happen. We see that with the Four of Swords, you may have withdrawn to do that. You may just be like, you know what, I'm recovering what's going on. Like you've just, with the Nine of Wands here, I'm not surprised that the Four of Swords shows up, because it just seems like it's been such a production and difficult to figure out the best way to nurture this with the Empress here. And we see the desire for changes. Well, based on what's going on and how your current energy is feeling, yeah, we can definitely see why there would be this want for changes. This talks about a turning point with a positive outcome. And it's looking at whatever goes on or whatever happens, look at it through the eyes of, where can this go? What good does this have for me? We have the King of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. And we see this changes thing, this changes card. And with the the King of Wands, we see that there can be a lot of anger as this goes. It can be very frustrating, but at the same time, we can see that there is that desire to move forward towards it, towards that stability. But unfortunately, this is really interesting. I have a pigeon at my window, and I've never had that happen before. I was trying to get in, and that's really unique. Sorry, back to your read here. We see that with this changes, you want to go towards something more stable, but there's this worry that if I do this, it's going to be a lot of work. The question is it really going to be a lot of work, or is that just your perception? And so when we talk about changing or shifting what we were talking about earlier in your current energy, when you're talking about shifting, is it really going to be a lot of work? Are you looking at that through, such a small keyhole that you can't tell everything that's inside the room? Now, as I was continually shuffling, the outcome seems to be you are living poetry. There are blessings and creative flow here. There is sometimes they call it sacred resonance. Okay, and I just had two cards flip out. So I'm going to take them. Man, they're just flying out all over the place. One more. I think. One more? No, you're going to give me two? Okay. So looking at the sacred resonance, there's this. It's like you feel that there's two types of paths you can go down. One of regret and one of false bravado. But when you actually go inside and have a look at what's going on, it's the success point of the Nine of Pentacles. So it's a unique thing. And I think what's happening is once you choose your path, whichever path that is, the path of the heart or the path of the mind, that resonance seems to bring about the Nine of Pentacles. Now what's working for you, we have the Seven of Swords, the Fool, the Three of Wands, and the Three of Swords. And it feels like you're kind of balancing. You can see that they're where you want to go. You can see a few things where it's like, oh, okay, this would be great. But as you're starting, you've sort of like, okay, let's do it. It just doesn't seem to go right, and it's causing you grief and pain. You know, we see the Five of Cups as the outcome. So when I talk about grief and pain, this could also be that it's a bit of a test. How bad do you want this? What you need to be aware of is the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands can be bringing information. You may be guarded about it, but you're also ready to get a move on with it and explore that gift that could be coming in. We have the World, the Tower, and the Ace of Wands. So it's almost like right now you may feel like you're at the end of everything. Excuse me. You're at the end of everything, and it's causing a lot of shakeup. That shakeup is good because it creates the moment for the Ace of Wands, which is just a really nice start for you. And the last card that I'm going to pull is the Oracle card, and it's Rise. And I'm going to read that one intuitively. This is get up. Just get up. There's a song that I had this actually come out for somebody else, another read, and this was about, there's a song called Rise from the League of Legends soundtrack, and this brings me to this. This is like, you've headed into, you've taken the world, it's starting over, things are crashing down in order to make way for that new, and that new takes a little bit of momentum to get going. It can feel like a grind sometimes. But that's what I have for you today, Gemini. Best of luck this week. Feel free to give this a thumbs up or thumbs down. We'll see you next time.